I got arrested for quite a large amount of drugs. I got sentenced to 11 years in prison. I've done a lot of jobs supporting women. I felt rewarded just by being able to make another prisoner's sentence a little bit easier. I've learned over the years that if I could have had someone to speak to before of the way I was struggling from a teenager, then things could have been a lot different now. For me, when I went to prison, it was a relief. It was a relief because I didn't have to look over my shoulder anymore. I learned to speak freely and not be ashamed of where I've come from, what drugs I've took, what mental health issues I do have.
You go on the internet and you hear men telling their stories or showing videos of their prison cell. A lot of people said to me, "Oh, you're so brave," or "Thank you for speaking out," because we never hear about it from a woman's perspective. My charge while I went to prison was conspiracy to supply Class A. I got involved due to a relationship that I was in at the time, which was really controlling, abusive, manipulation, and all things that I'd always thought that would never happen to me. It was my first offence, I've never been arrested before, I've never even had a caution, hadn't even had a parking ticket up until that point. So did it warrant sending me to prison for 4 years? Could I have not gone on into courses in the community surrounding domestic abuse? Could I not attended drug meetings and listened to people tell their stories of how drugs came out? I felt like no one knew me and no one could understand what I'd been through. Being around other women who share the same lived experiences, I think, is definitely important. Already, how I feel from the people that I've helped is just the best feeling.
With a lot of drug experience myself, I knew I could help a lot of women. The girls used to say, I used to Google before I got into prison, what was it going to be like? And when you Google it, it doesn't tell you anything. So that's why I set up my YouTube channel, to give girls support and what to expect, how to get through it. And sometimes I do think, oh, people are going to judge it. And then I just think, actually, you know what? I don't care. It's made me who I am today, and it can make a difference to a lot of women out there.
Many people have seen me and be like, I would never have looked at you and thought that you would be someone that goes to prison. And I said, this is the point. Why is that employer going to take you over other people when they've already made their mind up of the type of person that you probably are because you've gone to prison? I had the officers saying, you'll never get a job again. You've ruined your life. It's over for you now. You sit there and think, oh my God, what am I going to do? I've got this conviction. I'm never going to get a job again. A lot of these women that I met, they hold skills and qualities that would be assets to any company.
I started work 2 weeks after I got out of prison. My anxiety was just through the roof. I hated going to a job where it wasn't my little family.